Chanit, who moved my newspapers? I can't find my slippers. What do you do with my cell phone? The door. Close the door, it's freezing in here. Oh, Davy, you think maybe you can get me something from Angel's? I need something to go with my coffee. Ring, ring. Oh, hi. I can't believe this. I was just thinking of you. Anyone walking in the Shvil alongside the Lapian residents will most probably overhear this all too familiar dialogue. And this has been going on for the past 40 years. Can you imagine? But they really do love each other. Anyone here who has been married for even a short time has got to have respect. 40 years is really something. Managing to raise 8 kids who are all more or less pretty decent, if we may say so, is definitely not an easy task. Everything seemed to go pretty smoothly, one girl, and then another, and yet another girl were welcomed into a growing family, until of course child number 5, the male prince, otherwise known as Yehuda Eliyahu, arrived on the scene. Life has forever changed in the Lapian household. These days, our parents like to boast about their sons, the rabbi, great endeavors in Potomac, which by all means are completely true. But during the good old days, he definitely gave them a run for their money. After that came along Eliza, who, sandwiched between 2 boys, had no choice but to be our little tomboy. Watching her playfully fight with her brothers with absolute no fear was quite a sight. When the following child, Eliezer, was barely able to put 2 words together, we had to hide our dear possessions from him lest he sell them to the highest bidder. And finally Chaim, our baby, came along and provided us all with great joy. These days he keeps us all happy and entertained with his singing and cooking. Once the sons and daughter-in-law joined, followed Kenai Nahara by the grandchildren, it was a whole different ballgame altogether, and everything became a lot more interesting and chaotic. Chagim nowadays are in our house are just one big happy and noisy mess. Not to say that we don't all have the best time together. All joking aside, during these very wonderful 40 years, our parents built a true home of Torah and happiness. They raised us all to be devoted to a life of Torah mitzvot, each in their own way, while being respectful to one another. They always believed in the abilities of each and every one of us and constantly encouraged us to reach our goals. Even though we had to share everything amongst the 8 of us, we never felt we lacked anything. We were always happy and content, and that is very much to our parents' credit. It never occurred to us how difficult it must have been for our parents to manage with 10 people living in a small 3-bedroom apartment, until of course we moved to our current home in Shari Chesed. We all have such good memories of Shabbos in our home. Our dear parents instilled in us the values of achnasat orchim and ahavat kol adam be'asher hu. We were taught to accept everyone equally, no matter their status or background, and not to ever look down at anyone who was less fortunate than us. We all now try to emulate the acts of chesed that were imbued in us in our own homes. We look up to our parents, the pillars of our family, with respect and admiration, and hope to celebrate many more such happy occasions together. I personally wish I could have been there tonight to celebrate with you all, but unfortunately there is this big ocean and a few thousand miles separating us, so what can we do? But I am looking forward to seeing you all B'ezrat Hashem very soon when we all come from Sukkot. So for now, goodbye from New York.